Bubbly is an adjective that frankly has never been applied to me before. So Penny, thank you very much. It is a great honor to be here today on behalf of the 1.6 million members and activists of the Faith and Freedom Coalition. We are particularly honored to be here with my good friend Penny Nance, who I think is one of the most effective, high-impact leaders for our values in the country today. I'm a big fan and a friend of Concerned Women for America, also Alliance Defending Freedom, and all the other great organizations. It is a great honor and a special privilege to stand shoulder to shoulder with them today in what everyone agrees is the largest, most seminal, and most important religious freedom case that will come before the Supreme Court during its current session. I personally am very glad that Justice Neil Gorsuch is sitting on that court today to hear that case, because the 3 times on the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals that a religious freedom case came before him, including Hobby Lobby and Little Sisters of the Poor, which worked their way to the Supreme Court through his appellate court, he came down on the side of religious freedom. I am confident today that he will reach his decision on this case based on the facts of the case, the intent and meaning of the Constitution, and the text of the law that is before the court. It is my hope and prayer that every one of his colleagues will do the same. And the reason why is because I believe that if they do so, no fair reading of the First Amendment or the Constitution of the United States will allow this injustice against Trinity Lutheran to continue. When the federal government or a state government provides a benefit to a citizen or a beneficiary of the United States or of a state and prohibits someone from receiving that benefit simply because of their religious faith, the court has consistently ruled that that is unconstitutional. When someone serves in the military and they apply for and receive a GI Bill grant to attend a college or university, they are not prevented from receiving that GI Bill grant because they happen to go to Notre Dame or Yeshiva University. If a student applies for a Pell Grant or for a state scholarship, they do not lose that Pell Grant or state scholarship if they are otherwise qualified simply because they go to Liberty University or Regent University or Patrick Henry College or a Catholic or a Jewish institution. And that is what has happened here. The state of Missouri's program has an essentially secular purpose. It is simply to provide for the safety and care of students in the state of Missouri. And the only reason why the students attending Missouri, Trinity Lutheran were discriminated against is because of their religious faith. There's a reason why it's called the First Amendment. It's the First Amendment. It was the First Amendment to the Constitution because the founders understood that the right to freedom of speech and expression, including speech and expression of a religious content, is the most foundational of all American constitutional freedoms. You take that freedom away and all of our other freedoms fall. So I hope the court will rule in favor of Trinity Lutheran. And let me say one other thing. I'm not sure this has been mentioned yet, but the constitutional amendment in Missouri that is at issue is a Blaine Amendment that was passed in the late 19th century. It also passed in 36 other states. It is a black mark on the history of the Republican Party and a black mark on the history of our country that those Blaine Amendments ever became law. They were deliberately discriminatory. They were targeted at Roman Catholics. It's time for the court to not only rule in favor of Trinity Lutheran, but to overturn and strike down this Blaine Amendment in Missouri and hopefully all the others. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Well said, absolutely. There's about 30 states that still have Blaine Amendments still active, and it is a black mark against specifically Protestants. All right, so I'd like to bring up Tim Gagon, who's the VP of External on the family.